Investing in real estate with no money, no credit. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to show you how to find and locate cash buyers in your local market who you can hand your properties off to. So you're going to find your distressed property, you're going to get a great price on it, and then you're going to find cash buyers who you can wholesale the property to and make $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 assignment fees without having to buy the property. That's today's video. Let's jump into it. What's up? It's Mike Banks with Fund&Grow. Even though they look at your personal credit, they don't report business credit lines onto your personal credit report. That's huge.
Fund&Grow, and they have literally helped thousands of our clients out there.
Having access to credit is kind of what motivated me to do that. It pushed me over that edge and said, stop, being hesitant, just do it, jump in.
So teamed up, and my wife and I were able to get access to right around $180,000.
Bottom line, right? What you do is your company goes out there and you basically line up funding for people.
These guys are experts in getting you business lines of credit at 0% interest.
It's our intention and our team's intention to help every single client that walks in the door with us to get hundreds of thousands of dollars of funding to help our families and communities grow by creating thriving, successful businesses.
What's up, guys? My name is Mike Banks. I'm a real estate investor here in Florida. I'm also partners with Ari Page at Fund&Grow, and we wanted to bring this video to you guys so that you can understand and build your own cash buyers list, right? So why do we want to build a cash buyers list? The point of this is so that when you're out there finding distressed investment properties and you're getting a great price on them, you want to be able to hand them off or wholesale them to a cash buyer who's going to do the flip. And that way you can still make a ton of money in real estate without actually having to use any of your money, without having to buy the property ever. All you got to do is get under contract at a good price, and then you have a cash buyers list that you can send it out to, and then let them take over the contract and buy the property, and you'll still make your solid chunk of change. So there's several ways to do it. You can do it through listsource.com. You can buy a cash buyers list and send them direct mail. That's going to cost you a little bit of money. And there's other ways to do it as well that are free that I'm going to get into towards the end of the video, towards the middle of the video. I just wanted to start with this one first, going to listsource.com, generating the cash buyers list. It's super easy. All you got to do is get under contract at a good price, and then you have a cash buyers list that you can send it out to, and then let them take over the contract and buy the property, and you'll still make your solid chunk of change. So there's several ways to do it. You can do it through listsource.com. You can buy a cash buyers list and send them direct mail. That's going to cost you a little bit of money. And there's other ways to do it as well that are free that I'm going to get into towards the end of the video, towards the middle of the video. I just wanted to start with this one first, going to listsource.com, generating the cash buyers list. It's super easy. All you're going to do is choose high equity, so basically 100% equity to 100% equity, and then you're going to choose last market sale date. So you're going to generate a list of people who bought a house cash in the last 12 months, and then you're going to send them mail, and you're going to get them on the phone and say, hey, I get investment properties discounted deeply, 50% of the market value. Would you be interested? Next time I have a deal, I can send it to you and see if you want it. 9 times out of 10, when you tell that to one of these people, they're like, yeah, here's my email, here's my phone number, here's my cell, text me, call me, let me know when you got your next deal, because I'm a cash buyer and I'm looking to buy 3 in the next 2 months. That's the kind of response you get from people who are cash buyers that are doing deals. There's tons of people doing real estate deals like this. These go from big real estate companies to small, mom and pop, husband and wife teams that are just buying properties and flipping them and fixing them up and flipping them, outside of their regular 9-to-5 jobs. So it's a great way to make money in real estate without actually buying real estate. A lot of people don't realize you can do that. 12 months, that's why we put 100% equity to 100% equity, because that means they must have bought it cash and they have no financing in place. So next, last market sale date, you go back a year, because we're going to try to work with the people who just recently purchased that property cash. And then I would add that piece of criteria. Now you can see there's 3,000 people in the county that I chose. There's some other things that you can even do to narrow it down further. You can narrow it down by zip code so that you can get the cash buyers in the specific zip codes that you're getting the discounted properties in. So that will allow you to narrow it down further. right? And then you can go to property type, and you can also narrow it down further by choosing all the residential property types, okay? You go through that, add those, boom. Now you've got a list of 2,000 cash buyers in your area that you can send direct mail to, or you can cold call these people and say, hey, I got a deal right now. If you have, let's say you had a deal under contract, you say, I have a deal under contract right now. Are you looking to buy another property? They're like, heck yeah, send it to me. That's how these people respond, the cash buyers, when you generate these types of lists, right? So that's one way to do it. That will cost you a little bit to buy the list and then send out the direct mail. It's well worth it. That's, I've got hundreds of cash buyers on my list, and this is like the most automated, easiest way to do it. And then there's other ways. These ways, especially if you're a beginner, wholesaler, or investor, going this route is going to allow you to hone your skills on speaking with investors about investment properties, but it's also going to allow you to connect with landlords, with people that are selling for sale by owner. A lot of those people are people that did a rehab on the property, a renovation, and they're looking to flip it and sell it as an investment property so they create an ROI. Okay, so one way I learned, which is a great way, is to go to Go Section 8. Tons of landlords on here that own properties. You call up the landlord, if you open the property up. A lot of times you might be calling a real estate agent, but that doesn't matter. Continue to call anyway, because a lot of these real estate agents are working directly with the investor. Okay, the idea here is to grow your cash buyers list. A lot of these landlords are buying properties, they're renovating them, and then they're putting tenants in the property. Great people to be contacting when you have an investment property that you want to sell. Okay, so that's one way to do it. You go in here and you just call them up. That's it. You call them and say, hey, I noticed you had a property listed. I'm actually an investor in the area as well. I get a lot of wholesale properties, and I'd love to send you the next deal I've got. Are you going to be buying any more properties in the near future? I get properties around 50% of the market value, and I work with a lot of investors in the area. Is that something you'd be interested in? I'd love to send you the next deal I've got. And then you just go through all the properties, you call them, add them to your buyer's list, you get their email. And another way to do it is to go on to Craigslist, right? Go to Craigslist, go to real estate for sale. That's where you can start. You can type in investor, and that'll bring you, look, investor's dream, investor special. Right? A lot of those people are investors selling to other investors. You can also put in for sale by owner. Right? Now you're getting all these houses that the actual owner is selling. And a lot of times they're investors. And I know this because I've done it. I was trained to do it. And, that's how I learned to do it. And now that's why, I'm telling you to do this. It's not something I'm just coming up with. I know it works. Like I said, I've got hundreds of cash buyers on my list. I'm also a cash buyer, but I'd like to wholesale some deals. Some deals I flip and keep myself. Like one I'm working on right now. It's almost done. Anyway, so the point is, growing your cash buyers list. These are free ways to do it. You want to know another really great way to do it that I didn't learn from anyone? I found this out myself. So on Facebook, it's easy to connect with other investors. It's easy to go to your local RIA, to the Real Estate Investors Association or Club, and you can connect with people who like the page, connect with people who comment on photos of that page. And now you're connecting with investors. The majority of my friends on Facebook are mostly real estate investors in the area, right? And so once I become friends with them, I send them a message. Hey, I noticed that you're an investor. You're doing deals. I'm also doing deals. I can't keep all of the properties I come across because I'm generating a ton of discounted properties. And a lot of times I hand them off to another investor. Would you be interested in that? That's it. Send them a message like that. Create the conversation. That's another really easy way to copy, paste, and send your message through to all these investors that you're connecting with on Facebook to help to grow your buyers list. That's a really great way to go about doing it. Now, that was the main way that I grew my buyers list. List source, Go Section 8, Craigslist. You could also use Zillow. Now, what's even better than growing a cash buyers list is important so that when you're going out to the sellers and you're finding discounted off-market properties, you can make offers and then you can hand them off to your cash buyers. But what's even better is having another level of confidence when you go there and negotiate with the seller, when you actually can close as a cash buyer. You might be thinking, well, Mike, how am I going to do that I don't have any cash. I've got $5,000 in the bank. I can't close on a cash deal. And that's a lot of people tell me the same thing. But if you go through the Fund and Grow process, you can get access to business credit lines. A lot of our clients get 50, 100, up to and sometimes over $250,000 in business credit lines that you can send a wire transfer with from the credit line to the closing company, the title company. This is where you are going to send your contract. Once you've gotten your contract with the seller, you send it to the title company. They do all the closing work. You pay them for, closing costs and all that stuff. But what's cool is you're sending them a wire transfer just like a cash buyer would. Like for me, when I've closed as a cash buyer, I've sent wires from my bank account. But I've also used business credit lines to send wire from the credit line to the title company. So I can close as a cash buyer now with just business credit lines. And I just interviewed a client. We'll post that link to that video. He closed 6 cash deals as a cash buyer. Never closed a deal before in his life, didn't have the money to do it. Now he owns 6 properties. He's collecting over $3,300 in rent, and he's not even finished rehabbing all the properties yet. Just from like 4 of the properties, I believe, he's collecting $3,300 in rent. And those 4 properties only cost him $65,000. So go watch that video. I interviewed this client, an investor now, and he talks about the returns he's created. He talks about how great the process went. And he talks about how he got like $200,000+, and he was able to close as a cash buyer. That's huge. So growing your cash buyers list, as you can see on the screen, is very important. And then once you've gotten your cash buyers list established, you can go to somewhere like MailChimp, which is a free email service where you can load your cash buyers list into, and then you can email your whole list. Hopefully it's 100 or 300 or so. Once you've gotten to that point, you got to build that buyers list. You don't want just 10 buyers on your list. You want at least like 100, 150 or more. And then once you get a deal, you send it out to the cash buyers list. Now you're making a lot of money with really not that much effort. There's some effort involved, but once you get good at it and you hone the skills of locating the property, sending out direct mail, getting the seller to agree at a discounted price based on the repairs needed, and you get that property around 50%. Once you figure that process out, comping the property, figuring out the comps and the market value in that area, once you figure that out, there's so much potential. I've seen so many people quitting their 9-to-5s. They went from making $40,000 a year. They're making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year in their first couple of years. And I know a ton of people who now they've grown their business, they scaled it. Now it's $1 million business. I know some people that are doing $2, $3, $4 million in just wholesale deals. They're not doing fix and flips. So growing a cash buyer's list and figuring out how to negotiate with a seller, get their property at the right price based on the value of it, and then getting the email list like with MailChimp. And then you can also go to easy texting is one of them, but there's tons of them. And you can then text out the deal as well to your cash buyers list. And, it's a great way to make some extra money on the side, grow a business, get out of the rat race. So I wanted to make this video just to kind of break down, give you an overview of how you can grow a cash buyers list. It's not that hard. I did it. I work, I'm here at Fund and Grow full time. Been growing this business for the last 9 years now. And I managed to find time to get on the phone, spend a bunch of time calling these landlords, calling, building my buyers list. If I was able to do it, if I had the time to do it, anybody can do it. It's all just a matter of time commitment, and that's it. The rest is easy. It's just about communicating with people. You don't have to be a great salesperson. You don't have to have this crazy personality and all this, outgoing, stuff. Like a lot of these people that are doing these deals are, just people that commit to it. It doesn't matter what personality you have. It doesn't matter if you're good at sales or not. It's all about just following the steps and being persistent and committing to it, and you will get deals. I know for me, it took me like 1.5 years of plugging away, slow build. And, I ended up getting a deal, and then I got like 5 more. And you can get deals from 5,000 all the way up to like 25 or more. I've heard of some people doing $50,000 deals on a wholesale deal where they didn't even have to touch the property. They just had to get the property at a good price and then find a cash buyer and up the price to the cash buyer. So hopefully you got something out of this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell if you want to be notified for upcoming videos. We're going to be continuing to put out, actionable content that you can watch the video and then you can go and do something with it. So if you like the video, if you enjoy it, hit the like button. That really helps us out. It helps get the video out to other viewers that it might be, relevant to. And of course, we're trying to grow our channel. We're trying to, reach more people. So help us out. We really appreciate it. We're going to continue to bring you more content. Let us know what you thought. And until the next video, my name is Mike Banks. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.